Alright, so I guess we are live now, and we are just going to check it once. Let's just make it public now, and we'll do everything over here. And alright, so let's get started with this. Just a moment, I need to set up a few things over here. I guess so. I'm just checking if it is working or not. Alright, so it seems that the stream is working. Alright, so yeah, so let's get started with this today's stream. And in this stream I'm just going to make an accordion project. Over here you can see this project that I've sourced from this website. I'll let you know where this website is coming from. I mean the source or the person who built this website. I'll definitely leave a link in the description for it. And we're just going to make this website, and I'll do it over the live streaming using the YouTube service. And yeah, let's just get started. So I've already opened the CMD here, and then we're gonna just create a React project here, and then we're gonna name it FAQ, not FAQ actually. Let's just go with FAQ. Alright, this is gonna take a few moments. Till then we're just gonna give it a refresh. There it is. Let's just open it with the code. Alright, we don't need this thing. Now I've already have the data for the accordion over here, you can see. So we can use this data for it, and I'm just waiting for this guy to do its work. Right, yeah. So the plan is we need to make this whole component over here. I guess it's already done. No, it's not. Or maybe it's because of the slow net speed. Let's just see. Yep, I'm not getting good speed over here. Not at all. Alright, I'll just wait for this guy to be installed. Let's just close unwanted tabs over here. And the main focus for this particular live stream is that we are going to make this project, and we are just going to do it without any pauses. Again, it's just a small project. It's not a project, it's just a small component, and upon clicking this thing it just expands itself. So that's it. It's not gonna do anything else. So yeah, and I'm actually thinking of making it a bit different. Oh my god, it's taking so long, man. It does not take that much. Okay, let it just install itself. So I'm just going to change a few things here. I'm actually thinking of adding a transition over here to make it a bit better, or better to the eyes. And yeah, so how we are going to move with this is we are just going to go ahead and create a container, and then there are going to be two different divs. Not divs actually. Let's just do one thing. We will use heading and then a small div over here, and then there is going to be 5 different components which I'm going to map to the data that we are already having over here. And there's going to be, and for each of these items I will have to do separate coding. not coding, I mean to say I just have to define them separately. Alright, so it's already 4 minutes now, so let's get started. Yeah, so the thing is, let's just go here, and we're not going to do anything. I'm actually going to add this whole project into one of my another React app, in which I'm planning to make like 15 different projects based on React. So I'm not going to change anything over here. I usually do remove these logo.svg and stuff, but I'm not going to do it. So let's just go ahead and create a new folder here, components. Okay, and then there is going to be another file inside it. It's going to be container.js. okay, inside this it's going to be a React functional component, and then we are just going to go with, oh no, not this, oh my god. Okay, there you go. Alright, so we do have this thing. Now let's get started. First we are going to import this container over here in this application. Okay, let's remove this logo, we don't need it. We are also going to change a few things here, like the app.css, we don't need anything here. And we're going to initiate this thing here, like the borders are going to be 0, margins are going to be 0, and the padding is also going to be 0. The box sizing goes the border box, and alright, and also we're going to define an outline here, 2 pixel solid and lime green. And I'll let you know why we are using this thing. I'm just going to comment it out for now. I'll do we might need it later on. Okay, so we're gonna import components, oh no, components from, and then we are just going to do this, and then, oh no, not components, actually it's gonna be container, right? It's gonna be this thing, and then we're just going to use this stuff here, like that and like that. We don't need this, we just need this thing. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and run it npm start. Okay, so there it is. Oh, why it is showing us the purple screen? Oh yeah, it works. So I'm just gonna type here something just to make sure that it is actually working. Oh, it's working. Alright, so yep. So first we're just going to define a div over here. Now it's gonna be like this. Okay, so it's gonna be a div, and then we're gonna have a bit of margin here. Also we're gonna give it a class name with the name of, what is the name of this? F containers. Alright, and underneath this thing, actually we're going to do one thing over here. We're just going to copy this thing, and then we're going to go here, and with this thing we're just going to do this like this, and the display, it's going to be flex. Okay, and flex direction, it's gonna be row. Alright, so we've got, now another thing that I would be doing over here is just to make it a bit visible. We're gonna give it a border of 2 pixel, and just give it a black colored border, and there it is, there's the div. Okay, and underneath under this div we are going to have one heading, h1. The class name is going to be main heading. Alright, we can put it under a container, heading container, like that. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Okay, and then we're gonna have div dot card container, no question, F container is already used. Q containers now. Div dot. Let's just go with. Okay, this is just going to be another container. So first, let's just make it a container, and then we're gonna make it a bit different. F question container. Okay. I'm just going to copy this name over here. I'm just gonna follow the camel case writing. Now I'm actually going to source bootstrap, so it's gonna be a bit easier for me to work with bootstrap. Okay, so I mean, we can definitely go ahead and get this whole thing from bootstrap. The accordion can also be bought from bootstrap, but we are making it from our own site. I mean, this looks pretty sick. I mean, we can just go ahead and get one of these and then just map our functions through it. But I don't want to do it. I just wanted to make it from my own end. I mean, it's a lot simpler and it's a lot better. It's also going to be, look at the animation that is happening over here. Look, isn't that just beautiful? So yeah, we can do this thing. We can definitely go with this, but I'm going to do it from my own end. I'm not going to use these things, so just gonna go with the getting started thing. Just gonna copy this thing and then paste it in the index.html. Bam. I'm gonna get the JS bundle. Bam. And I hope the live is still working. Yep, it's only 8 minutes now. Alright, so the next stuff we are having over here, we are just going to design one of these components. So let's just go ahead and design them, because we are just going to use the map function for the other ones. And also we are just going to do one thing here. We're gonna go in F container and F question container, sorry, right, and I'm gonna give it a bit of margin here first. Not margin, let's just not do it right now. I'm going to make this first one, or I'll go with another approach. I do have one in my mind. I'm gonna go with margin. I'm gonna go with let's just do this. Okay, alright, and the width is gonna be about 60%. Alright, and we are going to do a few things here. We're gonna just put a bit of heading here. Oh no. Alright, there it is. It does not look nice though. We can increase the CSS. We can change the CSS from here. I mean, we can work without the CSS and like we can work without the CSS. We can just build the HTML first, but it's alright. It just depends on you, how you are used to work. You're used to it. And another thing that I forgot to add over here is just a bit of padding, because that's actually important. Look at this, not 1 EM actually, let's go with 2 EM. Alright, and we're just going to use a p tag and another thing over here. Actually, we do have to use a p tag, and then it's gonna be okay, I guess I'm gonna just put a div over here, like so, like a div dot card, but it's just another container, isn't it? but we're not gonna do it. So it's gonna be question card, right? And inside this question card we're gonna have two things. First is div for div dot question card title, where we're going to have a p tag where the class name goes with q title, okay. And then we're gonna have another thing over here that's gonna be an icon. So div dot actually just a moment, I was actually working on this project over here, because I need to not copy paste actually. I'm just going to take this component and put it and merge it with this project. So I just need to be a bit sure that what I'm doing. Alright, so yep, the btn container. Alright, div dot btn container. Alright, and inside this we are going to just import the icons. We might use it later on. React icons. So this is just a library that provides a lot of different icons. There's just a lot of icons, and we are not importing the whole library, we are just importing these particular icons, and they don't weight a lot. Even if you go to like if you want to check like the bundle size of this React icon, I can definitely suggest you this site over here. Just go here and write here icon. Look at this. So it's just that the bundle size is pretty low. If we are even downloading the whole bundle, like we are not getting the whole bundle, we are just getting the icon from this the icons. I mean, we are actually downloading the bundle, but it's actually really small, and it's not that huge deal. Okay, so we are just going to import this thing from here, icon name from, not actually icon name, we're gonna find a plus. If we have the round plus, that would be a lot better. So like we've got this ps plus, like that. Okay, so I guess it's getting from the beautiful soup icons. Do we have them? Oh, beautiful soup does not have any icons. This BS, I guess it's the bootstrap ones. Yep. So we're going to import it from the /bs thing. Okay, and it was a plus, and then we also need the minus. Circle fill, circle. Plus circle. AI fill plus circle. Let's just get this thing. We don't need this because the -1 is not available over there. AI fill minus circle. Okay, we are going to use them later on, not right now. Yep, it's not going to be there, but we are going to just go ahead and install it. Oh, we have to end this thing. Let's just end it and install it. Alright. There you go. Right, it's taking a long time. I'm like kind of concerned for this. Probably because of my network, but like still taking a long time. Look, it took. I don't think it took a lot of time, but it's like 2.5 MBs of resources. What the hell? Okay, I mean it's not even a huge thing. Alright, so that's actually crazy. Alright, so we're gonna just go ahead and do this thing. So we already made the title, and then title button container, and then inside it we're gonna be putting a plus button. Alright, not right now actually, we will do this later on because this is like a on click thing. Alright, so I guess it's fine now. Let's just start making this thing over here. So alright, this is the card. Okay, this is a whole card. We've got the title, so we're gonna get this cue card title, a bit of padding here, like 1 EM of padding, and also just going to copy this thing for a sample text over here, like that, and yeah. Yep, the live is still working. I mean, I can change this thing to something else, like a H4 or something like that. That would be a lot better. Alright, looks okay-ish to me. We're gonna get a bit of box shadow generation. We're gonna go in box shadow generation, and I'm using the CSS Matic website. Over here you can just generate yourself a box shadow. Alright, so we're gonna go this thing, a bit of this thing, a bit of blur radius maybe. Oh, you know what, let's just get this whole thing from here. There it is, light shadow. Because you know, whenever you are like working on a project, you would usually get a design from a UX UI designer, so it's good to go. It's actually a good thing. You can just use that design. Box shadow. Oh no, shadows. Alright, yep. And also they're using a weird background. Now we are just going to do one more thing here. We're gonna put a bit of margin here. Margin first 0, auto, just to make it in between. Let's put a 10% of margin. Looks okay to me. The containers width it's a bit bigger than what I want, so the width is gonna be a 90%. Not 90%. 90% is gonna be a lot bigger, I guess so. Isn't it? Like, okay. 60, 70. 70-ish looks cool. Like 65 would be cool. Yep. So this one looks okay to me. yeah, the basic thing is already done. We will definitely talk about font and other stuff later on, but not right now. Let's just increase a bit of padding here, or the margins. I guess the padding would be required here for the heading container. We want a bit of more padding. We can do one thing here. You know what? Let's just go with this thing. If question container. Let's go with a bit of more margin here. Let's see if that's gonna work. What? It does not works. Let's go with 5 em. Does it works? Oh well, it does not. Okay, yep. We require padding. Yep. I thought it's gonna work, but no, it isn't. Right. We're gonna. Oh no. Alright, let's just see. I don't have any viewers right now, but it's okay. Like, somebody came for like 16 seconds and they dropped. It's alright. It's alright. Okay. Alright. So the padding goes 2 em, maybe like 4 em. No, like 2 em would be cool. And definitely it's actually what I consider as a big heading. So I can make it a bit smaller, and yeah, it looks okay-ish to me. Another thing that I would be doing over here is we can just do this thing. I'm gonna put this button here like that. I'm gonna just do this, jang and jang jang. Okay. Oh well. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. And another thing that you can do over here is we can just define a size for these. Oh no, I guess I did it wrong. You can just define a size for them, like 2 rem or something like that. Like that looks okay to me. Looks better than before. Yep, looks a lot better. Okay. So another thing that I would be doing over here is just gonna inspect this thing, because I don't I mean, I'm kind of I kind of want to get the background here. And there it is, the background color that we're using. It's this color. Okay, so let's just go with dot. Let's go with body, and then put this background color, this thing. There it is. Oh my god. It's gonna be white. A bit of the border is not required though, like it's gone. It's not required. Like the corners should be a bit round. So I mean, these things are going to be, they're not gonna be a big issue, but we can set up this border radius is like 2 pixels, something like that. Just a bit folded corners. I don't want these crazy folded corners. Okay, so now that we have set it up, the basic flow over here, what is it? Okay, So now the thing is, we have this question container, and then we've got this card over here. So we can just kind of like multiply them like that, and then do this thing. So yep. Also, we're gonna just do a bit of this .q card. Oh no, not this. Margin, a bit of margin here, just for the future. I'm looking it from the future's perspective. So I mean, if we are going to go ahead and do this, oh no, not this, like this thing. What? Oh, cause it. Oh, I guess it's not having the border, so that's why it's showing up. Oh, what the hell, man? Yeah, there it is. So, I mean, I guess we are doing it wrong. Or maybe not. Not sure. Wait, this thing is just glowing. What? Okay. I get it. 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 I get it now. It's gonna be a lot better. I get it. I did a bit small mistake over here. So yeah. So if we just go ahead and kind of like just multiply these things, does it looks like that? No, it does not. So there is a bit of a difference between both of them. So we're just having a bit of margin and padding over here. We will set that thing up later on. You just have to set up the margin and other things, but I'll do it later on. Okay. Set up a bit of padding here. I mean, the width could be a bit higher. What? 100%? What? Okay, I guess I did something wrong here. Maybe I've done something wrong. Yep, okay. So this was not required at all. Alright, so another thing is, first we are just going to set up the 5 different these 5 different things. Oh, I just forgot a few main thing over here. I just forgot this thing. Let's just add this thing as well. Oh, I just forgot it. So let's just get rid of this. We do have the button container. We've got the title. We're just gonna put a p tag here and then paste it like that. Okay, looks okay to me. Can we not put it inside the div? I'll try to do it. I'm not sure if it is gonna work or not, but I'll do it anyways. No, it's not gonna work. I mean, it's definitely not gonna work because it is not the flex thing. I mean, I'll let you know what I'm talking about because it's like 4 a.m. and I'm a bit sleepy. So info something was it? Do something like info or something like that. Let me just check real quickly from my text, but we're not gonna use it anyway. So just gonna name it FAQs F info. Okay. All right. Gonna throw a bit of styling here. Bit of margin. Let's just go with padding first. And a bit of margin here. Not a lot of margin is required, like only gonna throw like 0.5 em or something like that. Well, it's not required. I don't think it's required. Alright. We can do one more thing over here. We can throw in an horizontal rule over here. Does this look cool to you guys? Oh no. Okay, I guess the margin is not that required. The margin bottom is not required at all. So this is gonna be like this. Margins are gonna be 0. Okay, works. So it looks cooler than this thing. Look at this. This is not even like anything. It looks a bit cooler. And I'm not sure why we are getting so much white space over here. Is it because of the HR, yep, horizontal rule? I've got a really good idea, but I'm not sure if that is gonna work or not. The margin is just too crazy. Like you can put 0.5 rem here. That would be a lot better, isn't it? So we can define the HR, but not. I mean, I don't want to do it for all the things. So we're just gonna give it a class name. And info, not info, FHR. Okay, FHR. And going to just do this thing. Oh no, like that. And the margins are going to be 0.5 rem. Alright, looks okay to me. So another thing that I would be doing over here is, now this thing, now comes the React JS part. This was all HTML and CSS, and I guess I have done it nicely. Okay, so now it comes the React part is there. So I guess this should be minus, like not the plus one, because minus would means the collapse. Yep. So now upon clicking on plus, by default now there is going to be a use state for it. Okay, so we're just going to import. What we are going to do is, we only want this to be visible if it is plus, if the plus is clicked, and we don't want it to be visible if the minus is clicked. Okay, now the use state can be used for it. It's going to be pretty easy, not that easy, but okay, like just a bit. It's not gonna be difficult, like just gonna be easy. We're gonna use not effect, we're gonna use the use state here. Okay, use state snippet. Okay, set set show, set display. Okay, we're gonna name it display. By default is gonna be false. Okay, so it's not gonna show anything. So this thing is only going to be visible, the whole thing, this whole thing. Okay, let's just include it inside a small bracket like this. Bam. Okay, now this thing is only going to be visible. So we're going to check if the display is okay, I guess we have to use the use effect as well, but I'll see. I don't think it's gonna be of any use. If the display is equal to false, if the display is false, then you just have to throw in a blank element. Otherwise, throw in this thing. Okay, like that. Okay, looks okay to me. If display is false, just throw a blank container, and it worked successfully. Otherwise, throw in this whole thing. Okay, and now we're going to set this thing up. By default it's going to be plus circle, sorry. Okay, I'm just shifting from plus to minus and then plus again, so that's not how it should work, but okay. And yeah, another thing that I'm gonna be doing over here is I'm just gonna set up this button. So we're gonna set up the BTN container. First we will see how big the BTN container is. Let's just go with the background color black or beige or whatever. Yeah, it looks okay to me. I mean, you can just do, if you really want to make it perfectly round, you can just do this thing, like the the radius thing, it could be 50%. And now look, so if we go with background color and then we're gonna type in black, so it's just that oh no, what the hell. Okay, look at this. So it's almost non-existent. We can even like lower the scale of this guy, but it's not going to be worth it. So let's just not touch it. So the pointer is going to be, oh, not pointer, actually cursor. It's going to be a pointer like that. And now we're going to set up an on-click thing over here. Okay, on clicking, call the click handle function. Click handle function. Click handle function. Just gonna try if it is working or not. Works. Oh no. But here, click handle like that. Mouse, okay. So upon clicking, we are just going to change the state of this thing. So the set display is going to be not display. Alright, like that. Boom, it works. Looks really nice. We don't want this to be that snappy. Can we set up something for this? not sure. Let's just try it out. I mean, we can do one thing. Like this thing increases. Like the size of this guy increases, and this guy is the guy with the box shadow, the cue card. Okay, we can set up a transition here. We can put like 0.5 seconds, and a linear one. Probably not a forward, like this only. So till now I guess we can definitely change this thing, like the way this thing is snapping into existence. We don't want this. We can definitely change this with something else, but I haven't learned it yet, so I'll definitely work on it and I'll see what we can do. But for now I don't think we can do it. Also, the original project does not have it. Alright, so also another thing that we want to do is we want to display this thing. Just gonna use this same thing over here. It's gonna just introduce redundancy in my code, so I'm kind of skeptical. Yep, so it's gonna just throw in a bit of redundancy in my code. So the thing that I'm about to do, it's just gonna throw in a bit of redundancy. So if it is false, we want a plus icon to be returned, like that. Okay, and if it is true, we don't want this either. Okay, you can just do this thing, or you can just remove these. We don't need these. Okay, like that. And if it is true, then we need the -1. Alright, like that. Bam bam. Like that. Boom. Yep, it works. But the thing is, there is some issue over here. That is not happening with this guy. That can be, I guess, done with the help of beat button, like that. Okay, and we can put a bit of class name here. It's gonna be expand control buttons, btn FAQ control btn. Okay, yep. It throws this thing. Yes, it throws this background over here. We don't need that. Okay, it works now. Yeah, this is the thing that we have to do. I guess we can do one more thing over here. We can just cut these guys and then paste them over here, and we can just remove these two divs. Not these two divs, like both of them are the same things. So is it gonna work? Oh, it works. Okay, I suppose it works because of the fact that it's also the same thing. Alright, so yeah, it works perfectly fine. Now we don't have that issue. that was happening over in that one. This might happen later on, but I hate this issue. Like the snappy. Look at my cursor. All right, so I'm done with the first part. So yep, it took me about 50 minutes to make this. Now I'm actually a noob. I don't think it's gonna take 50 minutes for someone. I don't think it should take like 50 minutes to make such a small thing. But yeah, I had to set up other things as well, and I was a bit sleepy, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah. So let's move on to the second one, and that's gonna be setting up the data.js. Okay, so we're just gonna get the data.js and then put a new file here. It's gonna be data.js. Gonna throw this thing in there. Gonna save it. Oh, wait a moment. We've got ID, title, and info. 3 of them. And we need to replicate this guy over here. The cue card. Okay. Not replicate, like we are going to put the .map function on this thing. Okay. It's gonna be dem data dot. Oh, we gotta import the data as well. Import data from bum 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 bum. What? There it is. Okay. Alright, so what happened? Oh, I guess it's because of this thing. Yep, it was because of this thing. So data dot map, and in the map function we're just gonna define this anonymous function like that, which returns something. Okay, so for each data it's gonna be a question. Okay, and we're just going to destruct the question ID, title, and info. ID, title, and info with the question thing. Okay, cool. We're going to return something here, and it's gonna be this whole thing. Okay, just gonna paste it right here. Okay, so we are returning cue card. I am kind of skeptical with this whole thing over here. We can make it a bit shorter. We can pass them into functions, but we can definitely make them a bit shorter and a lot bit less messier. We can make them into a function. Alright, so do I have to allow the use of cookies? Instead of this, we're going to put title here, and instead of there's a p info, we're gonna throw in normal info. Okay, and inside the card we want key equal to ID. Okay, cool. So it works, but it's a bit huge. We have to make it a bit smaller. Also, this thing is a bit better and bigger, so we can reduce the margin sizes. Okay, like this crazy padding and margin sizes that we had. like the 2 EM margin on the cue card, definitely not required. Yep. And the top margin with the container, we could go with 5% as well. Alright, I mean, I just don't have the font with me, but it looks kind of same. And I just forgot about this issue. Okay, so there it is. There's an issue. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. What's happening over here is um okay. So what the thing that is happening with this thing is that, let me tell you, the click handle will go to set display, and set display is going to change the display, and upon changing the display, so the thing that is happening over here is that on click it is changing everything. So we could use the okay, so it's like 5:57 minutes, and I'm actually able to do a bit of this thing, but it is happening with all of them upon clicking one of them. Now we can do one thing, that is use a use effect thing, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, so I'm actually thinking of using a use effect over here. So upon changing the display, it's gonna work. As soon as the display is changed, where is info? Where is this? Where is info? Here it is. We can throw this whole thing into this thing. Let's just try it out again. If the display is equal to false, then don't do anything, and if it is not, then do this thing. So we can just set this thing, set another use state over here. It's gonna be current drop down, okay, or you can just say drop down. Set drop down, and by default it's gonna be empty, like that. By default it's gonna be empty, and upon changing this thing, it's gonna be like this, okay. So, ooh, what? Like, this whole thing can be placed inside the set drop down thing, like that. What is happening? These two brackets like that. I am not quite sure what's happening here. So it's just gonna check if it is the display is false. If it is not false, do this. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it now. This is the issue over here. Oh well. Alright, so info is not defined, okay. So, what the fuck? I mean, I was I did expect it an error, but like oh, we got a display it right here. This is all this button. I'll upload a fix to this thing later on. Right now, I guess it's okay. I'll definitely upload a fix for this and I'll work on it. I actually did worked earlier on this particular thing over here, but I am not sure if that's like I cannot recall what I did in that thing, so I need to see a few things here. Okay, I'm not sure what I did, but I need to see what I actually did. So for now, let's just end the stream right now, and hope you guys kind of enjoyed it, and I'll just see you guys very soon. Later.